celebration of the Peabody football team 101. Thanks to our extraordinary cheerleaders and band, an extremely talented collection of young men, we enjoyed another banner season, finishing 11-2 and playing Thanksgiving week for the 6th time in the last 8 years. As with any successful program, there's certainly a number of people and organizations for whom we want to extend our deepest appreciation. I'd like to thank our school board, Dr. Mark Harper, Deanne McEwen, Justin Weaver, Clint Hickerson, and Katie Dinwiddie. Also the leadership of our director, Tim Haney, and the entire staff at Central Office. The leadership which we receive from these people is second to none. Coach Haney always says anything we're going to do, we're going to do our best to be good at it. We're not going to do things just to say we're doing them. This leadership team sees the importance of athletics. I think does a great job of supporting every school in our district as well as every facet of the operation. Miss Ann comes to the field house every morning at 5, sometimes earlier. Year-round, January through December, she washes our kids' clothes, does their laundry, all of the dishes, gets them breakfast and lunch in the summer, scrubs every nook and cranny in the entire field house almost daily. She's minimally compensated for her time. She epitomizes the support for which we receive from the community. You're the best, Miss Ann, and we love you. Ladies in the office, Miss Deanna, Miss Carrie, and Miss Sonia, they're absolute best office staff we could ask for. They're 100% behind all of our fundraising efforts, t-shirt, merchandise sales. This program, and I'm saying this as sincerely as I can, this program could not operate as near the efficiency without them. They're absolute lifesavers, or at least for me, they're a job saver. Thank you very much, ladies. To our guys on game days, Coach Terry Brown, Darrell Walker, Lee Hayes, and Lynn Cole for providing our stats and pulling the equipment trailer. To all of our away games, also Mr. Billy Ray and Vontae Wells for directing traffic on Fridays. Those guys are awesome and always dependable, huge help, and certainly appreciate all of those guys. I'd like to thank our band directed by Mr. Tony Burris and James Young, and our cheerleaders led by Miss Sonia. The efforts they make on Friday nights to support our players is second to none. They're outstanding, and we think they're the absolute best. Our medical support, thank you to Ross Pope and Dynamics and Dr. Jim. They just about provide 24-hour service for our program. They keep our guys healthy or get them healthy, and they're invaluable to the program. Our ball boys, Junior, Jonah, Cole, Bennett, Franklin, Phillip, Parker, Bo, Jackson, Ryan, Preston, Dean, and Nolan. Our ball boys work the tail off on Friday nights, keeping these guys with water and on wet nights, keeping the footballs dry. We appreciate you guys wanting to be a part of the program. Thank you to Miss Myra, Mr. Haywood for once again feeding our entire program this year. Every year they feed about 175 players to show their support for the program. I always look forward to that day when they come up there to cook. Our friends in the media, the Trent Gazette, Gary Smith, for whom we continue to pray as a speedy recovery. Appreciate Logan Watson, Michael, and Gene Odom for stepping in. Certainly appreciate the coverage they do for us. Thank you to Dan and Terry, Paul Scholze, and Worthy Road Studios for live streaming our games and providing our out-of-town supporters the opportunity to see this team play. Additionally, we extend a special appreciation to Zach Struggs for providing the videos you all see on our Facebook page and the videos you will see tonight. Zach is a Peabody grad who comes to us from ESPN. Happy to have him back in Trenton and working with our students. Huge thank you to Miss Katie Burketta and her student council, Jonathan and Veronica Minton for the public address announcing and the music on Friday nights, and Barry Smith for the scoreboard. We had a lot of help, feeding the team on game days, thanks to Alicia Whitten for organizing the sponsors of the meals every week. We appreciate Elena, Helen, Gina, and the other parents who pitched in each week to serve the players. And also another special thanks to Alicia, our Booster Club president, for her work in securing our boosters and help orchestrating all of the signs and senior banners on the field. So thank you for that, Alicia. And last and certainly not least, and more importantly, I might say most importantly, thank you to the parents of these kids, and specifically our senior parents. It has been 4 years. It has been 4 years of some really good times, and like all families or football teams, we've had some difficult times. But that's why I'm thankful, because even in the difficult times with the difficult decisions we coaches have made about this program and your children, every single one of you has chosen to call me. To my recollection, I never had to learn of a negative opinion about our program or our coaching staff on social media, which has become the way of the world. People have become so quick when they don't like something, they voice it on social media, not our parents. We talked in all of our parent meetings. I've never seen a difficult decision handled through Facebook. When you had issues, you called me and we worked it out. That was huge to me. You were there through every single win, every single loss, which because of these guys weren't many, but every single injury, you were there. You were always supportive of me and this staff, even when you didn't agree with us. You were supportive. While many in this town may remember this team for being one of the best ever, it's possible that I'll remember this group of parents as much as I do the kids. You're good parents, you care, and you were there, every single one of you, and thank you for that, senior parents.
It has been an honor to work with these cheerleaders this year. They're an outstanding group of girls, and they make me very proud. Parents, thank you for your support of the squad and your support of all things Peabody. It shows and it matters. These girls are great people because of your love and guidance. Before we pass out certificates, a couple of the senior cheerleaders have something that they want to say.
Peabody football has given me 4 of the best years of my life. Although we didn't get the ending we had hoped for, this football team has accomplished something that other teams only dream of. This is more than a team, more than a school, and more than a community. This is family, and it's a family I'm proud to be a part of. I've enjoyed every minute of cheering on the sidelines these past 4 years. So thank you, Peabody football, for countless memories and an unforgettable high school experience.
6 years ago, I was the water girl for the 5th and 6th grade football team, and now I may not be a water girl, I'm still involved with these boys playing football. When I made the Peabody cheer team, I was so excited for that first game, wishing it would come fast enough, but I wasn't thinking about how fast time flew by within these 2 years. There's no other team I would want to cheer for. I remember the McKenzie game like we played it just last night, and all I can do was yell, cheer, and pray that we can have this win. However, this just wasn't our year. 3 consecutive state championship wins and only 3 losses our entire high school career is just something so unbeatable you can't help but still be proud no matter what. Even though it's only been 2 years, I can truly say that being a cheerleader for Peabody is something that I am so proud to have the title of, and I'm so glad that I've experienced the greatest years of Peabody football. I just wish we could have had 48 more minutes of it. And with that being said, I'd like to dedicate this painting I painted to the coaches.
Cheerleaders, at this time, when I call your name, please come get your certificate. We'll start with the freshmen. We do have a few girls who couldn't be here tonight, but I'll still call their name to recognize them. We'll start with freshman Adriana Boland. Izzy Jones. We only had 2 freshmen. Sophomores, Trey Brooks. Emily Criswell. Jillian Graves. Gracie Graves. Autumn Kinson. Haley Ivy. Kennedy Jackson. Jada Jewell. And these are our sophomores. And now for our juniors. Lily Bradley. Hannah Clark. Madeline Cross. Brianna Jordan. Lily Joyce. Kimmery McKenzie. Caitlin Scott. Maddie Vickers. And these are our junior cheerleaders. This group of seniors is special. I can't say enough good things about them. They're hard workers and they have many leadership qualities. They have a very bright future ahead of them. And they are. Jewel Botkins. Ann Taylor Elliott. Katie Marie Greer. Abby Milligan. And Jada Wilkins. And those are our seniors.
We'll now recognize our 2021 freshman football players. Our freshman head coach, Coach Ben Charles, wasn't able to be with us. He's actually at a banquet for a leadership group he's been a part of this semester as he continues to grow in many ways. But freshman football is not always about just winning games, although that's always a part of what we do. It's a lot about getting young men ready to be a part of our varsity program. And so this year, I think we had a good group of young men that by the end of the year, they had grown in a lot of ways that we were very proud of. So our freshman football players for this year, Jerry Donald. Billy Wilkins. Devin Bond. Amari Jennings. Braxton Trimmer. Denton. Eli Lewis. Matthias Florentino. Darwin Kano. Juan Capatillo. Cameron Wolford. Andrew Bachman. Ross Elliott. And Stephen Butler. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 freshmen.
Hey, the sophomore class, please come up, please. Sophomore class. Our sophomore class is the play tonight. We've got half of them here, so here we go. First one, Gwen Brooks. Amari Bonds. Eric Garcia. Brad Johnson. Dalton Moody. This year's sophomore class.
Is this thing on? All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to go numerical order, okay, guys? The first guy, he started at free safety, had 35 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, 1 pass breakup, and a touchdown. Number 2, Colin Wade. the next guy had 75 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, the Defensive Player of the Year in Region 7A, number 3, London Brigade. Our next junior got hit by the injury bug in preseason, ready to get him back healthy, have a good year next year. Number 8, Gunnar Hayden. All right, the next junior had 36 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. Number 10, Riley Vanderbilt. All right, our next guy did a great job on special teams, holding all of our field goals and extra points. Number 11, All right, our next one had 1,334 yards passing, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 191 yards rushing, and 6 touchdowns. Was also named to the All-Region team. Number 16, Sam Jurgens. All right, our next junior did a great job on special teams all year, had 17 tackles, also had 13 carries for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Number 20, William Baskerville. All right, really excited about our move-in transfer we had during the year. Did a great job coming in and acclimating. Number 23, Dylan Patterson. All right, looking for the next guy to have a huge year next year. He's going to have a good spring for us. This year he had 7 tackles. Number 24, Tavion Farnes. All right, our next junior did a great job this year on the scout team, playing the other team's receivers, getting our DBs ready. Number 27, Luke Smith. All right, our next junior did a great job on special teams and scout team. He had 8 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 sack. Number 33, Colin Hickerson. Our next junior also got hit by the injury bug, but ready to get him back healthy for next year. Number 44, Garrett Weber. Our next junior did a great job on the O-line with our snaps all year. Had many pancakes and made a lot of good holes. Number 51, Jet McAllister.
Oh, yeah.
All right, our next junior did a great job stepping in, filling a big role, and ended up just getting better and better every year as you watch the film. Number 57, David Whitman. All right, our next guy did a great job at right tackle all year. Came in, started, did a good job pulling. Number 68, Ed Burns. Our next guy does a great job in practice every day, always gives his best. Number 75, Trey Wade. because of an injury, got thrown in, Will linebacker, and then never came off the field. 47 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 pass breakups, 1 hurry. Number 85, McCoy Sewell. All right, the last but not least, the guy put a lot on mentally. He does a great job of handling everything, and he averaged 7.5 yards per carry. Your junior class.
All right, so Matt Moore's 2-tall award goes to a senior who's small in stature, but plays above his size. This individual works hard every single day. If he can be at practice, he goes 100%. And it's going to mean something to me because not only does this individual represent Matt and the family, but he also possesses the same number. This year's 2-tall Matt Morris Award, Cameron Bonds.
I want to give a little perspective for this senior class. Now, as bothered walking off the field, we got beat by McKenzie, and of course we were all disappointed. The kids were disappointed. They felt like they let the town down, felt like they let their coaches down, felt like they let themselves down. It was just, it was just a tough night. Fully expected to win that game, fully expected to get back to Chattanooga, and so it takes a long time to get over something like that because the season, so the year 2022 is going to start January 4th. We return back from school, we'll have our very first lift. And so 2022 will start January 4th. 2021, everything that went into that McKenzie game, that started in January. And so we always tell our guys in the weight room, we have to work right now while the grass is brown. Nobody's talking about football right now. We have to be working right now. Because when the grass greens up and people fill up the stadium, then they're going to find out what we've done for the last 6 or 7 months. So McKenzie night, the night after Thanksgiving, was literally nearly 12 months of pouring into that and trying to accomplish something great for this town. And it still bothers me to talk about it. It's still kind of emotional because it's not losing that bothers me. It's losing with kids that you love that makes it a lot worse. And it was really tough. But my first year as head coach here in 2015, we graduated a class in 2015 that was as good of a class as you could possibly graduate. I mean, they were talented, they were great kids. And that year, that class set a school record with 33 wins. So in 2015, we broke a school record for wins. We had 33 wins for that senior class. That group went to the second round, the semifinals, and won a state championship. And never won a district title. So that 2015 class, great class. State champions, second round, semifinal, 0 district titles, 33 wins. This class, 40 wins, 2 state titles, 3 district titles. It's an incredible class, and it bothers me. I hope that no one in this town, and I certainly will not, remembers this class for losing to McKenzie or losing the semifinal game. This class will be remembered for a 40-2 record. You see the 54-3, that was included when they were freshmen. But from sophomore to seniors, 40 wins, 2 losses, midway through the season, 44-game winning streak, second in the nation, not only getting state recognition, but national recognition halfway through the season. That's what I'll remember this class for. Not McKenzie, but the whole 3 years these guys were here. So I really appreciate you guys, and I want y'all to know that that's what your coach is doing. This gentleman had 10 carries for 11.4 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns, caught 72 balls. And what I like about Malik is every year we graduate a receiver that has a lot of receiving yards, we move Bill Joyner further down that careers receptions list. And I text Bill and let him know, Bill, Malik has moved you down one more spot. We've almost got Bill Joyner out of the top 5 on that. So I appreciate that, Malik. 72 catches in his career, 13 touchdowns, 1,146 total yards, 31 solo tackles, 21 assists, 52 total tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 block punt, 1 block extra point, 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, 1 hurry, 5 pass breakups. Number 5, Malik Garrett. Kalik tested positive. You can grab a seat, Kalik, so everybody else can have room. Kalik tested positive for the flu today, so that's why Kalik is not here. Kalik in his career, so Coach Taylor and Coach Hudd have probably spent nearly 2 years trying to get stats. We have no all-time school records at Peabody. No one's kept cumulative stats all the way through. So when we started that 100 years of Peabody football project 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, whenever we did it, Coach Hudd and Coach Taylor have been looking for stats, and are we in the 90s now? We've got
99, yeah.
So we're everything since 1999 to present. Coach Taylor was at 3 different libraries today looking at old Jackson Sun articles, and so we're in the process of trying to compile school records so we can put some perspective with some of these numbers. But as of right now, I think there's a great chance Kalik is going to end up being the all-time leading rusher in school history as we compile this. He had over 483 carries, 62 touchdowns, 4,223 total rushing yards, 19 receptions, 184 yards receiving, 23 solo tackles, 15 assists, 38 total tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 1 block punt, 1 block extra point, and then 2 interceptions, pick 6 on defense. 2-time Mr. Football winner, Kalik Weber. I'll reiterate what Coach Mathis said on the video if you couldn't hear it. He said Jason may ended up being the best defensive end he's ever coached. And I've coached, I think, for 14 years now, and I've never seen anything like it. He's probably perhaps the fastest player on the team, absolutely unblockable, 113 solo tackles, 70 assists. These are career numbers that I'm reading out. They've been a heck of a year, Jason. 183 total tackles, 5 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 of them for a touchdown, 1 interception, 1 of them for a touchdown against Lake County. We can get into that end zone business if you want to. 1 pass breakup, 25 hurries. Number 13, Jason Baskerville. All right, this next guy was our holder as a sophomore, and so whenever he held as a sophomore, he held 76 field goals and extra point tries, never had a bad hold. His junior and senior year became our long snapper and short snapper. A lot of people here would never know who the long snapper is until it's a bad snap. So if you didn't know who our long snapper was this year or last year, that's a good thing. So we had the winning kick against Westview. Chase got a lot of attention for it and should have, but there's a guy that snapped it and a guy that held it. This guy had 32 long snaps, 0 bad snaps, 151 short snaps, and 0 bad snaps. So nearly 250 snaps in his career, never had a bad snap, completed 80% of his balls as a quarterback. Number 15, Kade Walker. Next guy this year came on and had a great year. You know, Chase and Parker kind of had a battle kicking. They were very even. It was really split hairs trying to decide who was going to do what. Chase ended up making 67 extra points, 3 made field goal, and anytime we watch the University of Alabama play and Ty Simpson is the starting quarterback. Chase can forever say, well, I beat him when I was in high school. Better than Ty Simpson. Scored 76 total points and was voted Region 7 Kicker of the Year, Chase Bennett. One of my favorite kids, and I sincerely say this, one of my favorite kids on this year's team, one of my favorite kids I've ever coached. You know, players and sometimes parents will say, well, the coaches got their favorites. And I tell our guys all the time, I do have my favorites. I'm not saying I don't, I do have my favorites. And one of my favorites is Eric Garcia. One of my favorites of all time is Eric Garcia. I'm very honest with the players. I tell them that all the time. There's not a harder working kid that I've ever coached in my entire life. There's not a better kid than I've ever coached in my entire life. And he averaged 6 yards per carry. And so Eric and I constantly argue with Coach Taylor. I thought Eric should have been the starting running back over Kade. He's averaging 6 yards per carry. Coach Taylor wouldn't give him the ball. One of my favorite kids of all time, number 22, Eric Garcia. So I tell these guys all the time, I'm a 37-year-old mamaless boy, and my mama watches every game. She comes to a lot of games, but if she doesn't come, she watches on the live stream. And people tell me all the time, Coach, you're losing money on live stream. I say, yeah, my mama watches it. The live stream. But every Friday night, my biggest critic, and I promise you all, my biggest critic is my mother. And if this young man does not get carries on Friday night, I'm going to hear it from my mom. My favorite player, one of my favorite players was Eric. My mom's favorite player was this young man. 140 carries for 906 yards in his career, 6 solo tackles, 6 assists, 12 total tackles, 2 block punts, and my mom calls every Friday wanting to know, are you going to give him the ball tonight? Every mom. Next guy had a tremendous career for us. The thing I'll always remember Jordan for is Jordan was always right. Just in terms of when you turn the film on, you watch the film. Jordan was a technician. He did everything right. Did everything we asked. He was a yes sir guy. You never had a more coachable kid. In his career, he had 42 solo tackles, 39 assists, 82 total tackles, 17 tackles for a loss, 2 fumble recoveries, 20 hurries, and 7 sacks. An incredible career for us. Number 34, Jordan Shepard. Next guy, I put UT Martin commit on his plaque, and that got outdated about 2 days after I got it because UT Knoxville showed up in the office. And so the UT Martin plaque got outdated pretty quick. This guy is, you know, we kind of throw this around, this guy's the best ever, this guy's the best ever. But Connor Meadows is the best offensive lineman I've ever coached. He's incredible, his athleticism is incredible. What I always remember Connor about is when you're talking to a group of players, you're talking to adults, you're talking to anybody, I make eye contact with everybody, I know who's with me and who's not. When we have a team meeting, I can talk to the guys and I'll know exactly who's with me on this right now and who's not. And Connor Meadows is one of the best players in the dressing room. Every single day he comes in, and every day I address the team, Connor Meadows is making eye contact and he's nodding his head. And that's because he was raised right. He's a great kid, comes from a great family. There's not a harder worker. You know, your fear when a guy's really good as a junior and he gets a lot of attention. A lot of times you'll see them have a better junior year than a senior year because now going into their senior year, they've arrived. They don't have to get any better. They know it all. You can't tell me anything, Coach. Not Connor. Connor came to practice every day hungry, every day motivated to get better. He's a great listener, very coachable. Voted Region 7 Lineman of the Year, graded 94% on the year with 64 pancakes. And as I said, a UT Martin commit-ish. We'll see what happens. Connor Meadows. Yeah, I'm really happy to join the team this year. He brought a lot of personality to the team. Had a lot of fun with it. Another great kid, another yes sir guy. You know, we have about 80 kids in our program. I wish we had 130. Every kid that we have brings some personality and energy to the program, and Joe Garrett certainly did that. Great pleasure getting to know him. I wish we could have had him 4 years. We're very satisfied with the year we got out of him. Number 71, Joe Garrett Brown. Our next guy, you're really missing out in life if you don't know Coach Mathis well. Coach Mathis is the biggest guy on the staff. And you come into our staff and wanted to fight one of us, Coach Mathis has been the last guy you would want to fight just by viewing us. But I'm telling you from the inside, if you did come in and had to fight one of us, he's the guy I would go after because even though he's the biggest sissy. And he gets injured just walking. I've literally seen it. Stays injured. Some of it self-induced. So this next guy I'm talking about, though, I'm not talking about Coach Mathis, but Keandre, as a sophomore, Keandre was a tough kid, a great player. And then junior year, had a big junior year. So we're coming back senior year, or I may be getting the years mixed up. It was his junior year, and his back hurts. And the next thing I know, we're trying to run workouts, and Coach Mathis has started some kind of yoga program with Keandre. So the biggest coach on the staff, the biggest, toughest coach on the staff, and the biggest player on the team, all right? We got kickers, punters, we got everybody in the weight room, squatting, power cleaning, and do all this stuff. Our biggest coach and our biggest player is over to a side room working out with bands like James Bond.
He lost 25 pounds, man. We said out the back of the truck
So we come in, and after weights, the kids are supposed to be tired, not the coaches. And so we come in, kids are sweating and they're sore, like, man, that's a good workout today, you know, and how much do you get? They're talking about the weight and everything. And then Coach Mathis comes in, and I'm telling y'all, he's more wore out than the kids. We can't hear about the kids' workout for him telling us how sore he is. And then he says, I think me and Keandre just might have to walk around the school tomorrow. I'm sore. And so I said, Coach, I swear to y'all, this is a true story. I said, Coach, you understand that it's Keandre supposed to be working out, not you, right? And so Connie says I need to lose some weight too. I'm not sure who's playing next year, Keandre or Coach Mathis. But anyway, so our biggest coach on the staff gets some of these guys. Keandre was a tough kid, I think, despite his coaching. Keandre was first team all-region career, 33 solo tackles, 29 assists. You're not going to see a lot of stats because of the position that he played, but Keandre was unblockable. It always took two guys to block him, and of course the linebackers can attest when we watch film how good of a player Keandre was. 62 total tackles, 15 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 6 hurries. Number 77, Keandre Walker. Seniors, I appreciate you guys. You guys have left a mark on the program. I think that's all you can ask for when you come into the program. You come in as freshmen, and you just want to leave a mark on the program. Leave the program better than you did when you found it. And when you guys came here, and now you guys leave it's a better program because of you guys. And I sincerely appreciate everything you guys did for the program. Thanks a lot. 2021 Peabody senior class. All right, that concludes our program for the evening. So we have the backdrop outside. You all are welcome to stick around in here, take pictures, come out here in the backdrop, take pictures.